But this year, for 2 months, Cargo hit a speed bump. However, the last several weeks, he looks a whole lot like the former batting champion and two-time All-Star. Drives off the bat to all fields, have number 5, smiling broadly as the Rockies have caught fire. Little Pony has the mojo back. It's been fun to watch. It's a beautiful Sunday in the Rocky Mountains, and it's gorgeous downtown as well. Rockies looking for the rarest of the rare, a 4-game sweep against the Atlanta Braves. Welcome to Sunday afternoon at Coors Field. We're glad as always that you are along with us. Good afternoon, good Sunday afternoon with my partner Jeff Houston. I'm Drew Goodman. The Rockies have played very good baseball the last few days. A chance to knock off the Braves in a 4-game series and take all 4. In fact, the Rockies now have won 5 straight against Atlanta. That's never happened before. Keep in mind they went 0-16 when they began in 93-94. Little mojo heading into the break.
It really is. Think about how this season started, because you won 4 games coming into the season. Now you have a chance to win 4 games prior to the All-Star break. And I know the players think something about that. It gives you a better feeling as you're going into that when you have 4 days off before you come back and start playing again next Friday.
Well, for the first time, speaking of the All-Star game, the Rockies will have 3 players involved in the All-Star game. Basically, their whole infield, save first base, is going. DJ's going to start. Nolan, that was a foregone conclusion. And Tulo gets in yesterday because of an injury.
It's pretty special to have your teammates and guys that you spend so much time around, because you are infielders. You work together. You do everything together. You take ground balls, get in the same group. And how about this for DJ? Nobody likes to see anybody get injured, and unfortunately D. Gordon did. But because he was picked by the players, he is starting. Nolan Arenado, same thing, picked by the players. Really could have been a starter too because of what he's done, not only offensively but defensively. And then late yesterday afternoon, Troy Tulowitzki named to his 5th All-Star appearance, tied for first with the Rockies. Of course, that would be Todd Helton. But Tulo, no matter how you get in there, it's still a special feeling for him. He's not taking it for granted. He understands the magnitude of this.
Yeah, what a tremendous honor, a deserved honor for all 3 of those guys. It'll be fun to watch on Tuesday night. But first things first, the Rockies looking to sweep the Braves back to Atlanta. Chad Bettis will be on the hill for Colorado. It's the Rockies and Braves. Come on back to 20th and Blake with us. Coors Field, the spot this afternoon. Chad Bettis making his way to the mound as the Rockies look to take 4 in a row from the Atlanta Braves. Overall, they have a 5-game winning streak against them, and this was a few minutes ago. Scotty Garrett's out there, assistant trainer. He's going to the All-Star game, and the threesome getting their All-Star jerseys. Pretty cool. Walt Weiss joined them, and the crowd getting an opportunity to recognize the Rockies' 3 All-Stars. And you know, for Troy, I loved what he said earlier in the week. I'm not going to campaign for it. It's not my style. And then when he found out yesterday that he was going, he treats it like the great honor that it is, and it's never old hat. I know it's the 5th time for Troy, and as you mentioned, Huey, he now matches Todd Helton for most appearances in an All-Star game in Rockies history. In this day and age, you go 5 times, man, that's something.
And Troy, he knows the history of the game, so he understands the importance of being selected for an All-Star appearance. So that is not lost on him, and he might say, I'm not going to campaign for it, but he was probably about as giddy as we've seen him when he found out yesterday, and the smile on his face and knowing that I am going now.
You know what? Check this out. This is really cool. The last National League team to send a second baseman, a shortstop, and a third baseman to the All-Star game was the 1988 Chicago Cubs, when Ryan Sandberg, your good buddy, went, along with Vance Law at third, and another good friend of yours, Sean Dunston.
And that was quite an infield, too. I mean, all 3 of those guys are deserving just like these guys are.
Yeah, that's outstanding. So you're talking about a long time ago, 1988, the last time. Second, short, third, represented by the same club, heading to the All-Star game. So good for Nolan and DJ and Troy. And here we go, Chad Bettis against Chase Peterson. The first pitch is in there for a strike. Well, clearly, Chad Bettis said it best after his a few days ago. I'm going to go out and push the delete button and move on.
You have to, because that was awful, that last start. There's no other way to put it. He had 10 earned runs on 8 hits and 2 in the 3rd inning. He's at a career high in earned runs. So what do? You just say, forget it. It's one of those days, just like Mama said there would be.
And you have to have a short memory in athletics, particularly if you're a pitcher. And I know it was probably a long 5 days for Chad Bettis, being the competitor that he is, but now he has an opportunity to put more favorable thoughts in the memory bank. He's ahead 0-2 on Chase Peterson, and fastball at 94, a little bit low. Man, it's perfect out.
It's a perfect day to play. It's a perfect day to watch a game, whatever it is, because this is baseball weather.
Yes, it is. 88 degrees, our game time temperature, and the changeup swung on and missed. The breaking ball, actually, a good curveball from Chad. And that's one of the areas he's improved quite a bit, that curveball. Let's take a look at the Southwest Airlines batting order for Freddie Gonzalez. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Cameron Maben was in the lineup till about 20 minutes ago, and he was ill, so he had to be pulled. Yuri Perez goes into center field in that 2 spot. And then you see Markakis, Johnson, Uribe, Pierzynski, Gomes, Simmons, and Wood. And Yuri Perez, who's very versatile, play any number of infield spots and also can go out and play in the outfield.
Speedy guy. He's got some wheels and a strong arm to play center field.
You know, and you did some of that. You played a little bit of outfield. Back when you were playing, if you were a utility guy, thought, okay, you're an infielder.
Right.
And now some of the he can't see it. That's a shame. He flat out couldn't see it.
No, he has glasses on, so you can't fault him there. But you have to yell as an infielder, I can't see it, I need help. Now, I don't know if he was doing that, can't tell from up here. But Chad's pointing, and then once he sees it, he should run over there and go ahead and try to catch that.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, if Chad had a different angle to the sun, and as soon as he looked and saw that Willeen obviously couldn't see it, try to get over there and make a play. All right, 1-2 on Yuri Perez. And this ball is lined down the line and a fair ball.
Wouldn't you know it?
Yep. Here's the Rockies defensively on the final day of the first half of the season. Stubbs will be in left field. Drew scored the winning run yesterday. Charlie Blackmon in center. Carr goes in right. Arenado and Tulowitzki, the two All-Stars on the left side. DJ starting at second base on Tuesday in Cincinnati. Williams at first base. Nick Hundley's doing the catching. That'll bring up Nick Markakis. 9 years of Baltimore Oriole. And he misses ball one to Markakis. Markakis 3 for 11 in the series, and they're on a daylight play. And Perez gets back.
I like that from Chad. He's not afraid to throw to bases. As you mentioned, he's a great athlete. But some pitchers don't like to do that. They don't like to make pickoffs. It's just not in their mindset. I loved it when a pitcher said, okay, if it helps me get an extra out or at least keep a guy closer to the bag, let's do it.
What would you say, 4 or 5 times a year we see Troy run that daylight play and pick a guy off?
Yes, and there's extra outs. There's an out that you're taking away from somebody in scoring position, and it also puts in the back of your mind as a base stealer, a base runner at second, that they might do it. I got to stay closer to the bag. I can't get my secondary as early.
Outside on Markakis, and it's 3-0.
The pop-up that wasn't fielded, now it's turned into a double down the line and 3 balls.
And a more stressful inning.
Catch that, you 2 outs. Markakis to the plate, you don't feel as vulnerable.
Here's the 3-1 from Chad, and that misses ball 4. So Bettis will set his sights on Kelly Johnson. Kelly's playing first base this afternoon, 275, so got a lot of pop, 9 home runs, 32 RBIs. The 9 home runs represents the most of any active player on the Braves. Freddie Freeman has 12, but he's been down with a wrist injury. All right, get a ground ball here.
That's
good
right.
chance you can get out of the inning unscathed. Johnson 4 for 9 in the series.
Good comeback pitch. Chad on the changeup. It's a smart pitch to throw to a veteran like Kelly Johnson. He had the slider off a couple days ago off of Friedrich to left field.
Here's the 0-1, and that's fouled off quickly, a 2-strike count. So Freddie Freeman's been out, and he's the big bat in that Atlanta lineup. With Freddie through June 17th, they're averaging 4.3 runs a game, very respectable. Without him, just 2.8, and it's really been on display in this series. At Coors Field, we all know what kind of hitter's park it is. The Braves have scored 8 runs in 3 games. Swung on and missed. So Chad Bettis on 3 pitches fans Kelly Johnson. Now they're 2 outs, and that'll bring up Juan Uribe.
Well, he had a changeup to start, and then a 4-seam fastball to finish. A riding fastball on the Subaru Supermo. And that's how you elevate a fastball effectively.
Uribe 2 for 3 yesterday, including a home run against Jorge De La Rosa. Pitches in on Juan. Hitting over 300 in a Braves uniform since the trade on May 27th from Los Angeles.
The other third baseman for the Braves, they hit a combined 230.
Ball and a strike on the veteran third baseman Uribe. Came up with the Rockies, and that's a strike on the inside corner.
Good pitch.
Yeah, he's bringing a little more early in the game velo than he did in his last start, certainly.
And is more down in the zone. I mean, the last start it was up in the zone, and that's what got him hurt.
He was more 90-91. He's been working at 94 for the most part here in the first inning. 1-2. And that slider, did he bite? Yes, he did. Uribe's gone. And Chad Bennett strikes out the side, and he leaves 2 on base in the process. Rockies coming up when we return. Offense, they won 3-2 yesterday with a 9th inning rally, and their lineup this afternoon written out by Walt Weiss, and it's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Well, everybody's getting a 4-day break except the Rockies All-Stars, so Colorado has their A lineup out there against Alex Wood, the left-hander, Blackman, LeMahieu, Tulowitzki, Arenado, Cargo, who's really swinging it, Willeen Rosario, Nick Hundley, Drew Stubbs, and then the pitcher Bettis. Now, if you're sitting there going, weren't these guys talking about Alex Wood the other day starting a game? We were. He started on Thursday, and he got 2 pitches in. Both were out of the strike zone, and then the torrential downpour came, a delay of 2 hours and 6 minutes, and both the Rockies and Braves lost their starting pitcher at that point. Kyle Kendrick was the Rockies starter that evening, and so what Freddie Gonzalez did is he said, well, we'll give him a couple days off, bring him back on Sunday.
Yeah, and since pitch count became an official stat in 1988, Alex Wood is just one of 14 Major League pitchers to throw 2 pitches or less than in a start. So that's how rare it is, and he's the only Brave pitcher to do that. And it's already different than it was in the start the other night, because he threw 2 balls to Charlie in the first pitch here, or second pitch.
High fly ball to right field, and Markakis battling the sun makes the catch. Let's take a look at the Braves defensively. Johnny Gomes, not the swiftest left fielder. Yuri Perez in center. Nick Markakis in right. Uribe, as I said before, if you hit it around Juan, you're going to be out. Simmons is terrific. Jace Peterson really solid defensively. Kelly Johnson's been a corner infielder now for a little bit. AJ Pierzynski loves to play the game. 38-year-old behind the dish, and the first pitch to DJ is slung in there for a strike from Alex Wood.
And that's what Alex is. He's kind of a slinger. Tough to pick up because of his motion, what he does hides in a herky-jerky sort of fashion at 6'4", 215 pounds. Just real quick with everything. There's no real hesitation. Right now, it gets quick and he's gone. So it makes that 84-mile-an-hour changeup or the 90-mile-an-hour fastball seem harder than what it is.
Fouled off. Well, Alex Wood's another one of those examples of if you're in Georgia, the Braves are going to find a way to get you. He's from Charlotte, North Carolina, was the 4A Player of the Year in the state. And he went to the University of Georgia, and that's where he was drafted by the Braves out of Athens. 2 outs, and that'll bring up Tulowitzki.
Second-round pick in 2012, 85th overall. Couple questions. How did it, like North Carolina State, how did those schools let him get out of their state?
He wanted to go out of state, Huey.
Yeah, okay. Got it. Well, I was just thinking Paul Egan's was probably happy he went to Georgia.
Paul was really pleased. Here's Troy. Troy had his 21-game hitting streak snapped yesterday, but he had a really big 9th inning at bat. First and second, 3-2 pitch was not in the strike zone. Troy didn't expand, and by walking, he pushed the winning run. Drew Stubbs to third base, and of course Cargo came through right after that, and the Rockies would win 3-2. By virtue of the walk, he's now reached it 37 straight games. The hitting streak's gone, but now the only guys with longer stretches of reaching, Matt Holliday and Michael Kadire a couple of years ago. Cuddy has the team record at 46.
It's kind of a team play too, because if you have a 21-game hitting streak, you know it is going into your last at bat, and you don't swing at something that's not a strike. You take the walk, and kind of lost in all of that is he did lose his hitting streak because of where you were in the game and the importance of the game and how it scored.
And Huey, you described it perfectly. It was a team at bat. It was a very unselfish at bat for Troy. And even if he didn't have a hitting streak going, he knows. I know his walk up to him. He's the man, right? I'm the man. I'm the man. Well, he is the man. He understands that. Yet, guess what? He trusts the guy behind him. And that's what he did. He passed the baton. And I think all those guys always reference this. They learned from Jason Giambi. That's strike 3. And Alex Wood has a 1-2-3 first inning, including a couple of punch outs. So we'll go to the second inning. No score. Rockies trying to sweep the Braves in a 4-game set.
With the team, remember, in the spring, but here he is pitching the final game of the first half and talking to Walt Weiss about Steve Foster and Darren Holmes just doing everything they could to get him on the hill.
Started from ground zero, and he was very open-minded. Chad was, and he embraced it. and he's able to, in a short period of time, relatively short period of time, take those adjustments right into competition and thrive.
So yeah, people have to keep that in mind, that he didn't even get to the team until mid-May when we were in LA on the road. And here's Bettis pitching well, guys.
You know what, Chad is a guy that has a chance, I think, one day to be toward the front of a rotation, top 3 in a rotation. His curveball has really come along, and we know he's got a great arm. I mean, he's a guy that has touched 97, 98 throughout his professional career.
He's got 3 quality pitches. That's what you need to be a front end of the rotation guy. Can't just have 2 with 3 and mix in a 4th, which he does with the slider. That's just 94 a couple different times, and that's some weak swings. I think that
you tell he's motivated. He's got 4 punch outs already in the game with 1 out in the second. You can't have more than that. Well, I guess you could if you had a pass ball.
You could have an extra one. Guy gets a whatever. But I'm just saying with Chad, I haven't seen anything as far as change in mechanics, because that's probably the first thing that goes through your mind after you get shelled. Oh, I got to tinker with something. I got to work on something in my bullpen. Well, the only thing he's had to work on was keeping the ball down. It wasn't the stuff. It was just the location. Just 5 balls thrown.
Yeah, that last pitch was 95 miles an hour. This is right back at Chad.
I take that back. 8 balls that are thrown. Didn't have my glasses on.
I told you, keep your glasses on.
No, I just put them back on.
Andrelton Simmons coming up after Johnny Gomes hit the comebacker. Rockies fans, you can join in on the conversation. Send us your thoughts and photos. Utilize Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. And also make sure you use the hashtag Toyota Talk. Toyota Talk. Pound in the strike zone with that mid-90s heater. Here's the 0-1 on Simmons, and that's a fair ball. It's out in front of the plate.
He's tagging.
And Andrelton holding the bat, turned around and looked at Corey Blazer. And you don't have to throw it, don't throw it. So Nick Hundley went and tagged him out. Boy, that was a quick inning. Well done, Chad Bettis. Well, we haven't gone to break yet. Freddie Gonzalez discussing with Corey Blazer where it was, and I don't think he's going to argue much more than that. The ball, I think, hit behind home plate. It doesn't matter where it hit.
No, it's where.
It's where was it? You know, where did it end up? And it's hard to tell there, but it looks like it's in front of home plate. Oh, and it hit his foot too, coming out of the batter's box. He would have been out right there.
2 different ways.
Yeah. So
there's no argument.
So there's a new rule that the 1 out carries over to next inning.
Just today.
Just today. And we welcome you back. No score, bottom of the second inning. Nolan Arenado leading things off. And first pitch from Alex Wood missed, and this pitch is taken up the middle for a base hit. Simmons was pulled over way in the hole. Again, the Braves don't shift a lot, but that was a heavy shade from the shortstop, and it opened up room up the middle, and Nolan has a base hit.
You're talking about the shift, and where shortstop is normally in that area right there. He's pulled over into that Tony Gwynn 5.5 hole. This is just a base hit right through the 6th spot. But you see that when you're in the box. You'll see little things of where players are positioned as you're standing in the box. So that, one, gives you a chance to look at maybe how they're going to pitch you, but two, where you want to try to hit the ball.
Here's Cargo, and Cargo bounces one into right field. That's a base hit. Nolan's going to easily go first to third. And the Rockies in business here in the second. 2 men aboard, nobody out.
And not only fun for us to watch Cargo get back to his Cargo self, but for the guy in the box too. We talk about plate coverage, where it's going. Cargo gets out on front, but still off the sweet spot. High hopper over the head. If nobody's on first base, it's probably an out, but that's what you take. It's first and third, nobody out. But Cargo, man, it's just his average is going up to 260 now, and the highest it had been previously was 253.
And the guy that eats up left-handers at the plate, Willeen Rosario. Came into the season a career .331 average against lefties. This year it's more of an even split, but historically he really pounds lefties, and that ball just foul.
Well, 4 out of his 5 home runs are against left-handed pitching.
Yeah,
hitting .284.
Career-wise now down at .286 this year, so it's dropped his career average against lefties to .323, but you get the point. One and one on the baby bull. Today was family day at Coors Field for the players, and all kinds of little ones running around, wobbling around the field. Willeen had his babies out here.
Such a fun day.
It really is a great day. It was enjoyable for us just to hang in the dugout, see all the kids running around and playing wiffle ball out on the field.
This is a good day to have it too. The day before the All-Star break. The players didn't have to show up until a little later. You have that. You go out and get a W today. You have 4 days off before you play again. The family days, memories you'll always treasure, in pictures that it's still etched in your mind.
2-2. No swing. Check it out at first with Mark Ripperger. Chased up, so there's 1 out. It's 3 strikeouts for Alex Wood. Who wants tacos? When the Rockies score 7 or more runs, go to participating Colorado Taco Bell locations the next day. Do it between 4 and 6 and get your Rockies taco special at Masa Taco Bell. So Nick Hundley will try to pick up Willeen. It's a big strikeout from Wood's perspective. And that, despite the fact that the Rockies have won all 3 games in this series, their offense is not on fire in this regard. They're getting a lot of hits, but they haven't scored the kind of runs that the traffic they've had would suggest.
Well, they've left a lot of guys on base, just men in general, not just in scoring position, but on base. The last 3 or 4 nights.
At one point yesterday, with runners on base, the Rockies were 1 for 13. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nick looking for a ball up. Obviously now with 1 out. afford to hit the ball on the ground.
The Rockies still are in first place in the National League with a .292 average with runners in scoring position. San Francisco had come into this series third. They've moved up to second. Atlanta dropped to third.
Yeah, and this next couple of stats I'm giving you are runners on base, not runners in scoring position. Yesterday, 2 for 14. The 2 being the pop single that won the game. 15 for 53 in the series. This ball pulled through the hole. Nick Hundley will get the job done. Rockies break on top 1-0. Sharp single from Hundley. His 30th RBI of the first half.
So there you go. So I'm going to take care of that. I don't want to wait around. This ball was sharply stroked to left field. Remember where Simmons was playing earlier? Well, now he had to play in a double play depth. That ball just got through. Easy trot home for Nolan.
That'll bring up Drew Stubbs. 4 home runs for Drew. Another guy that, I don't know, this year obviously has been a struggle for Drew, but another guy that when he's right, he really hurts left-handed pitching. Boy, did he ever last year. He was one of the toughest righties on lefties in the National League a year ago. In their first strike, hit over 400 against lefties last year.
A couple of home runs this year since he's been back have been to right center field. His power there. Take another one of those, or just a shot in the gap, score a couple runs.
Yeah, the at-bats have been much better for Drew, and this is where, well, this is dangerous for Alex Wood. 8-hole hitter, he can make it 4-0 in a hurry.
Also a tough guy to double up. Rough series for that man and Freddie Gonzalez.
Two and two.
Rockies going for a 4-game sweep.
Again, you don't get many of those in baseball, and certainly against a team that historically has given you fits. Rockies are 67 and 114 all time against Atlanta. The 5 straight that they won dating back to last year, they'd never done that before. They'd never won more than 3 in a row against the Braves.
Last time they swept 3 games was in August of 2010.
Yeah. And when the Rockies started, they were in the NL West along with Atlanta. I know that people may have forgotten Atlanta was that East Coast team out west when it was just 2 divisions in each league. In the first year, the Braves played the Rockies 13 times, and the Braves shook hands 13 times. And then the first 3 games in 2014, the Braves shook hands. The Rockies were 0-16 their first 2 years against Atlanta before finally winning. Ball 4, and Stubbs draws a walk, and the bases are loaded for Chad Bettis. Well, Chad doesn't have a hit. Now would be just a wonderful time to add that to his resume.
It would be. But I'm also thinking, do you even have him swing the bat for fear if he hits into a double play? We're just trying to bunt towards first base. This cargo didn't break. That wasn't a squeeze. You have the left-hander on the hill falling off towards the third base side. Not a bad play. Kelly Johnson still playing back behind the base runner.
I bet she's bunting again in that direction. That misses. So important for that runner at third, Huey, to get that good secondary lead. It helps when you got a lefty out there for Cargo.
It does, because the only way he could do it would be to step off and throw over there, so you can get further off the bag.
Wood seems to be bothered by this situation a little bit. It's 2-1.
Sometimes pitchers will lose their focus knowing that, well, the guy wants to bunt, so I got to just, they just can't feed it in there.
He's probably thinking about what he has to do defensively
before he makes the pitch.
And that's not close. 3-1. Brzezinski motioning to him. You show bunt or you just go straight take?
I just show bunt, but I'm not swinging. I'm not even attempting to put the ball in play.
3-1, 1 out, bases loaded. Well, he did put it in play. It's pretty good bunt, but they're going to get the force at the plate. Good job by Kelly Johnson.
Well, he had moved in, because originally he was behind the base runner at first base and Drew Stubbs. But after it got to 3-1, see how he's on the grass and creeping, and then he'll come in and he'll barehand it in an underhand flip to get Brzezinski. I mean, excuse me, to throw it to Brzezinski to get Cargo. Barehand and then an underhand flip. I'm not sure what Brzezinski, why he tagged him. Did he not think his foot was on the bag? Because it was a force out.
Charlie Blackmon, 2 outs. The bases remain loaded. Charlie hit a ball to deep right last inning. Charlie's been hot against lefties of late. Well, Charlie is just 1 for 17 in his career with the bases loaded. I had to look at that number twice. Kind of surprising. He's got a number of years in front of him. I'm sure he'll turn those numbers around. Right now, it'd be a good place to start.
First few times you have that, you get over anxious.
This is to left field. It's going to drop in front of Gomes. 2 runs are going to score.
There you go. You've done it twice in this half inning, Drew. Very nice call. You had it with Nick Hundley, and now you got it with Charlie.
So all the haters out there, remember
when you say something,
right, something good happens, right?
There you go.
Great job, Charlie Blackmon. He makes it 3-0. He didn't try to do a lot, did he?
No, he kept his right shoulder in. Didn't want to try to rotate on the ball. And see how he just kind of flicks it out to left field. Johnny Gomes charging hard, had to play it on the hop. Wouldn't have mattered with the speed out at second base and Stubbs.
Well, the Rockies, talking about their struggles with men in scoring position the first 3 games of this series. Not so far. They're 3 for 5 in the inning, with runners just on base. Alex Wood not out of the woods because DJ LeMahieu's at the plate. Bettis at second, Blackmon at first. 3-0 Colorado.
Most of the misses for Alex Wood have been to his arm side.
You know, because DJ's gotten hot again. Hits fallen. He's got the average. Started the day at 310. He's down to 309. He's guaranteed to go and make that start in the All-Star game and have a 300+ average. And that It just feels a whole lot better. I'm sure it looks a whole lot better up on that big scoreboard in Cincinnati as opposed to say 298.
And it sounds a lot better when the PA announcers announcing you.
Yeah, it's
you're
like
going out there.
It's like when something's $99, it sounds a whole lot cheaper than 105. It's $99.
Why do you think they put that there? That 99 cents at the end instead of rounding up.
Just took me about last year. I figured that out.
Just figured it out.
Yeah.
Sometimes the difference between $2.99 and $300 is just one at bat or one less hit.
1-2 on LeMahieu. This kicks away from Pierzynski, and everybody's going to move up. It kicks so far off his shin guard that Kelly Johnson had to retrieve the baseball, because if AJ went after it and Alex Wood didn't cover the plate, they had an opportunity to go 2 bases. I doubt Bettis would have tried that, being a pitcher, but you get the point.
Spike slider on the Subaru Supermo goes off the left shin guard of AJ. He takes a step and a half, saying, I'm going to go get it. Nah, I probably shouldn't do that because there'll be nobody at home plate. Hey, Kelly, pick that up for me.
2 ribbies out there for DJ. And he swings through that offering. That'll end the inning. But the Rockies come up with 3 in the second. Charlie Blackmon, a big 2-run single. Town Toyota stores, let's go places. By Coors Banquet Beer, brewed in Golden, Colorado since 1873. And by Southwest Airlines, book your low fare now at southwest.com. Well, the Rockies in pursuit of a 4-game sweep of Atlanta before the All-Star break. And they're off to a fine start. They're up 3-0. Drew Goodman, Jeff Houston, Mark Stout, Chad Bettis on the hill for the Rockies. Had a 1-2-3 second inning. It'll be Alex Wood, the pitcher, and then the top for Atlanta.
Let's see how this inning plays out for Chad after the run the bases and be out there for only 10 minutes. No problem with the first pitch.
Boy, that had a lot of cut on it, on that fastball.
I guess not.
Called the ball, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Another pitcher that throws left-handed, hits right-handed.
Two and 2 on Wood. That just missed 3-2. That's fouled off. Rockies opened the second half. I put that in quotations because they're past the literal halfway point, but the second half is always referred to as post All-Star break in San Diego. Such a lousy place to go.
Yeah.
This is popped up and it's going to be out of play, though. Willeen will give it a good look. Atlanta's going to go home, and they're going to see the Dodgers when they resume play after the All-Star break. But first they'll see the Cubs. So it's the Cubs and the Dodgers going to Turner Field.
This is game number 88 for the Rockies.
3-2 again, and he loses Alex Wood. Not what you want to do. So a leadoff walk. Jace Peterson is coming up. Well, yesterday was just a shame to see Jason Grilli go down, and he sent this tweet out after a while in the hospital. I want to let everyone know that I'm okay, and I appreciate the outpouring of support and kind sentiments. Today marks the first step towards recovery. He's always got a positive mindset. Great guy, former Rocky. And Grilli, if you missed it, it's kind of as was suspected, he tore his Achilles here hustling at first base, and he obviously will be out for the rest of the season.
Even before that happened, Chris Johnson said he saw the look on his face and he knew it wasn't good as he started to go down.
Ooh, this is going to be a tough play for Nolan. Well, I guess it's tough for anybody else. Jeff, take us through that. That ball had so much English on it. For him to barehand it and make that throw, I was worried he wasn't even going to be able to pick it up.
And then keep a good grip on it where he wouldn't throw it away either in the dugout or down the left field line. This is a cue shot off the end of the bat. The ball's spinning sideways. You pick it up, and when you pick up a ball that's spinning like that, it doesn't have time to set in your fingers. So as you make the transition from your right foot to your left foot back to your right foot, that's when you try to get that grip and make the strong throw. Only a few guys can do it. Nolan's probably at the top of the list.
So again, we wish Jason all the best in his recovery. Well, Freddie Gonzalez has to determine who's the new closer is going to be.
Probably Jim Johnson would be the.
That would be the logical choice because he's done it before.
You know what? But I'm just thinking about some guys that have been able to come back. I know Jason's 38 years old, but he works hard, keeps himself in good shape. I think of Tim Hudson, who was able to come back from that horrific ankle injury.
Yeah. And
still pitch. And that was just a shame to see that happen to such one of the good. I mean, you don't want to see it happen to anybody.
Sure.
I mean, first and foremost, but he is such a remarkable human being and a great guy.
Yuri Perez at the plate. Good news for Miami. It looks like for D. Gordon, though he's going to miss the All-Star game, it looks like he's not going to be out very long. Maybe a week to a week and a half, we've been told.
No surgery, so that's always the key.
He had a dislocated thumb diving into first base, an infield hit yesterday.
You'll catch your thumb on the edge of a base. You have so much speed and momentum going.
That's where speed works against him. If you were a slower guy and you dove, you didn't have not much torque, right?
You just stick in the ground.
Slam.
Yeah. Or you wouldn't even think about diving head first.
One is fouled off. 1-2, swung on and missed. Chad with another strikeout. And he's been sitting 94, 95 throughout this game.
This had movement down and in. He had thrown a curveball to Perez. That's the one that he hit out. That ball was, or excuse me, hit for the double in the first. That was inside. This is a better pitch inside of the location and where it was moving.
Nick Markakis walked his first time up. 2 outs. Alex Wood, the pitcher, at second base. Not that you want to throw the ball around, but it wouldn't be a bad idea to make Wood have to dive back to the bag.
Not at all. That's why Troy's right behind him. And if he strays too far, he will put the daylight play on.
That's strike 2.
Now you don't worry about it.
Nope.
You got him 0-2. Finish him off.
He's got a moving fastball today in the mid-90s. That's not a picnic for the Atlanta lineup. Oh, 2. Got him on a curveball. Bettis' 6th strikeout, and he strands Wood at second base. Middle of 3, the Rockies up 3-0. Now for the Coors, timeless moment. We go back to 1949, the All-Star game in 49. It was the first time for African-American players. And in the National League, Jackie Robinson, Roy Campanella, Don Newcomb. Wish Don well. We know he's been battling some health issues lately. And Larry Doby, who broke the color barrier in the American League. Those 4 in 1949, all All-Stars.
The baseball signed by Larry Doby.
Do you?
Yes.
That's a keeper.
Yes, it is.
How about the work of Chad Bettis so far this afternoon? 6 strikeouts, 2 innings, 1 hit.
47 pitches. And the last strikeout to Markakis was not quite low enough to be considered an eephus pitch because it was 70 miles an hour. I don't think the eephus drops off until into the 60s.
Yeah, but you know that again, you put that bat back in your hands, and you're trying to cover a 25-mile-an-hour difference because he's been working 95 pretty consistently.
Pretty hard to do.
Chulo's leading things off. Troy caught looking his first time to end the first inning. Well, more often than not, we've seen the umbrellas because it's raining. I don't mind seeing them because it's so sunny out.
88 degrees, few clouds in the sky, not much wind to speak of.
That's ideal.
It's another way to keep cool.
Left field for Gomes. One out. That'll bring up Nolan Arenado.
Fans' individual game suites and party facilities are still available for the regular season in the second half. Call 303 Rockies to check availability today.
That's a strike on Nolan. This ball ripped to left. Gomes is right there, though. He plays deep. We were describing that yesterday.
It's a good thing for him he was deep because he even had to go back 2 or 3 steps to get this. For Carlos Gonzalez this season, we talk about being able to hit the ball to all fields. Well, it shows on this graph from Cargo. Hitting 373 to left field, slugging well over 600. Center field, we've seen 2 home runs in this series in a couple days. And then right field, the average goes down to 295, but still respectable at 295 and slugging 526. And very few guys can do what Cargo does from foul pole to foul pole.
Alex Wood with his second 1-2-3 inning. Rockies got 3 off him in the second, and they have a 3-0 lead as we go to the fourth.
hitting for the Braves. And as Rockies fans know, the Rockies first had Juan Uribe back in '97, and Walt Weiss knows all about him.
I remember him over here as a kid. I was working here. He was a young shortstop, and man, I loved him. I loved him as a shortstop. He's obviously gotten a little bigger these days, but still has hands of a wizard.
So he is due up second in this inning, and George, Jeff, as you guys know, I mean, he can field. Last year, he was one of the Gold Glove candidates with Nolan at third base when he was with the Dodgers.
Yeah, we said it earlier. If you hit it in the direction of Uribe, you're going to be out. Now, Juan may not have the great range anymore, but he does have soft hands and a very accurate arm and a strong arm.
Kind of like Johnny Peralta of St. Louis, same thing. They hit it to him, it's an out. It's automatic. But don't ask him to go 10 or 15 feet side to side.
Kelly Johnson takes another pitch out of the zone. It's 3-0 on Johnson. Rockies have the shift on for Johnson, and that's outside. A 4-pitch walk. So really the only blemish so far for Chad is that he has walked 3. Uribe coming up. Time for you to tweet your strongest fan photo. Use the hashtag RMDataStrongFan, and you might see yourself in an upcoming game broadcast. Brought to you by T-Mobile.
Previous 2 times after Chad walked a batter, he had the strikeout and then the 5-3 from Nolan. See if he could change it up and then get the double play here.
High fly ball, deep right field. Cargo waiting.
That'll work too.
AJ Pierzynski will take his turn. So we told you about AJ and LaTroy Hawkins having fun with each other the other day when AJ hit that comebacker. Those guys played together for 5 years. AJ caught LaTroy Hawkins, and LaTroy had so many positive things to say about Pierzynski. He said, we really rode him hard when he came in as a young player. He said, but I want to tell you something. That guy is as tough as anybody I've played with, and loves to play more than just about anybody I've ever played with. He would get upset when Ron Gardenhire wouldn't catch him every day, when he gave him a day off. He didn't understand why he had to have a day off.
I'm young, I don't need it.
And he said, AJ's, he understands it more now, but he's the same way. He wants to play every day. He's 38 years young in the game of baseball.
That's why he's still putting the uniform on, putting the catching gear on. I think AJ Ellis is one of those guys that you look from the other dugout or from afar and you don't like him, but he's a good teammate. You like him when he's on your side.
And that's a great way of putting it, Jeff. And I'm sure that you played for a lot of teams, that there were some guys from afar you a little skeptical about. You got under your skin a little bit, and then you end up playing with him. You say, boy, I love having this guy on my team.
Yeah, because all he wants to do is go out there and play, and all he wants to do is win.
In hockey, we call that he's an agitator, and there's a whole long list of hockey players that have that moniker, and yet every GM privately will tell you, I need a couple of those guys.
I need one of those guys. And I think AJ fits that mold. If he was a hockey player, he'd be an agitator.
Remember when Mike Ricci, part of the great Avs teams in the 90s, Boy, you loved him here, but I'm sure nobody liked playing against him.
No, because they would. They'd get under your skin. Last year for AJ at Minnesota was 2003. Then they had Joe Mauer come in 2004.
Two outside, 3-2 on Pierzynski. Runner going, pulled to first, and Willeen still goes to second. Plenty of time to get the double play. Boy, that's a heads-up play by a guy still learning the position. He realized that he had time, as hard as it was hit, to still get Johnson, though he had broken.
And he made an excellent throw to second base, and Troy then knew he had time to wait till he got back, complete the double play, inning over, no harm with the walk.
I was talking to Nick Hundley today about his first half. He had a hit in his first at bat. He has 72 hits this season. His career high is 87. And I said, you didn't really ever hit well at Coors Field. In 32 games as a visitor, guys, he hit 225. Well, he's hitting 345 at home in his 34th game of the season at Coors Field this year. And he said, you know what? I am just more comfortable at home wherever I am. And Jeff, I think everybody can say that. You're just more comfortable at your home park regardless. He said, I hit well at Petco, too, but he is hitting 345 at home this year at over 300 on the year. Having a great first half.
Well, you play at home more than you play anywhere else, so why wouldn't you feel more comfortable?
Right.
I mean, the game is that way for a lot of hitters, and people say, oh, the numbers here at Coors Field are higher. Yeah, they're going to be a little bit higher, but if you look at some, even the year that Chipper Jones won the batting title, what did he hit at home? I mean, well into the upper 300s. So, I mean, hopefully that's the way it is. You play 81 games at home.
1-2 on Willeen. I think from Walt Weiss, Jeff Bridich, Blake Doyle, they all felt, and Nick Hundley first and foremost, they all felt there was more offense there than Nick perhaps it's shown in previous years. You saw glimpses of it. We've seen the pop. Really good athlete, hard worker. That's come together for him this year. Closing is Markakis, and that's the first out of the 4th inning. And here comes Nick Hundley, who had an RBI single in the first frame. So Nick's hitting over 300, 6 home runs, 30-plus RBIs. You have a catch, you just double those, all right? We're at the break. So he hits over 300 at 12 home runs and 60 RBIs for a catcher.
Real
Hitting
good,
the bottom third of your lineup.
Exactly. That's
pretty darn good.
That's the other thing, hitting towards the bottom, usually 6th or 7th in the lineup. So you look at those numbers and you double them, as you say. Boy, if you said it before the year, you're going to take that. Fans, you can take a behind-the-scenes tours of Coors Field. Group and individual tickets are available year-round. Call 303 Rockies, Monday through Saturday year-round. Go behind the scenes, Coors Field Tours.
Nick bounces this one to Jace Peterson, 2 outs. 6 in a row retired now by Alex Wood after the Rockies got 3 in the 2nd. Drew Stubbs would walk and score in that 2nd inning. It's a nice way to get around the ballpark.
It's convenient.
Huh? One ball, 1 strike on Drew. Fouled off, 1-2. So the Rockies won 3-2 last night, or yesterday afternoon. It was the first time since September of last year that the Rockies won a ball game with 3 runs.
Since last September.
Yeah. There's the 1-2. 2-2 on Stubbs.
A large part of that yesterday was the work of Jorge De La Rosa.
And you see that tweet, Ryan Braun, it was announced by Bruce Bochy, will replace Matt Holliday on the All-Star team for the National League. This ball is ripped to left center field, and now you get to see Drew Stubbs run. Is it enough for 3? Drew's turning it up and into third easily. Huey, I don't know if you've noticed this, but he's really fast.
It helps when you're 6'4" and have a long stride.
That ball was hit so hard, it kind of made a left turn.
Jumped on the 4-seam fastball. Drew gets that top hand involved. Causes that top spin rolling to the wall. No doubt about it, though. As you hit first base, plays in front of you. All you're looking at now is, okay, where do I need to make sure I get the bag and make that turn into third base for his first triple of the season?
You know, we've had the good pleasure for a number of years watching Dexter Fowler run out triples. Watching, you know, guys like Fowler, guys like Drew Stubbs run, man, pretty.
They're like gazelles.
Yeah.
I mean, just watching their stride length, and they're not fighting their body. It's just all working together.
It's smooth. I mean, it's really smooth. Drew, one of the fastest high school athletes, who's a track star growing up in Atlanta, Texas as well. One of the fastest guys in the state of Texas. If you're fast in the state of Texas, you're really fast.
A few more people, bigger state.
0-2 on Bettis. Look out.
Oh my.
Everybody's all right.
everybody's okay.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're up in Kamloops and you're the fastest guy in Kamloops, you're probably a pretty fast guy, but
I mean, even in Wyoming, you're a pretty fast guy.
Yeah, you're fast, but then there's Texas fast.
Yeah, there's not as many people.
Yeah. There's Kamloops. There's Kamloops fast, and then there's Texas fast.
What did you think of Kamloops?
Well,
How'd that come to you?
Because it's been so long since we worked Kamloops into a Rockies broadcast. 2-2 on Chad. And Wood gets the strikeout, so Drew Stubbs left at third. And we'll move on. We'll go to the 5th inning. The Rockies have all the runs, 3-0. Are happy to report Chad Bennett's been outstanding. Just one hit allowed. He has struck out 6 in 4 innings of work. Charlie Blackmon a couple of ribbies today. Nick Huntley an RBI single as well. Rockies trying to sweep the Braves before the All-Star break. With Jeff Hewson and Mark Stout, I'm Drew Goodman. Little known fact about fast guys in the state of Wyoming. Your senior year in college, you had that runoff with Cowboy Tracy Ringlesby, and you got him by what, a half a stride?
About a 10-gallon hat.
By a 10-gallon hat?
Yep. Just barely got him.
See, that's Wyoming.
No, Mike
that's
Devereaux.
Wyoming fast.
Mike Devereaux was a track star in Casper before he left and went down to Mesa and then ASU. Devereaux, a hitting coach in the Rockies organization.
It's Nimmo, right? He could run.
Brandon Nimmo out of Cheyenne.
Good baseball family.
He's back playing again. He missed some time. Brandon did.
Johnny Gomes at the plate, and the 1-0's hit the center field. Charlie's there. Hey, a Denver guy is having a big day today. Kirk Neuenhuis, who went to Denver Christian.
Yes.
3 home runs for the Mets today at home. Nobody hits home runs. I know they keep moving the field, the fences in at Citi Field, but he hit 3 in that 5-3 victory over Arizona.
And 2 of them were to the opposite field, and then he pulled the changeup for his 3rd one. He's the first Met player to hit 3 in a row, or 3 in a game at home. All the other ones came out on the road. He became the 10th Met player to do that.
And that includes going back to the Shea Stadium days.
Yes.
Wow. Andrelton Simmons, a 1-out single. That's just the 2nd hit allowed by Bettis. Alex Wood up there, assuming we'll try to bunt.
One final thought on Kirk. He entered play just hitting .091 on the season.
Well,
but today he got a curtain call.
Pretty close. Walk out of the clubhouse not feeling like an 091 hitter, though. Trust me.
Feeling pretty good heading into the break. I hit 3 home runs today.
You guys said they hit 3 home runs in a Little League game.
He's trying for his 4th, but struck out. His 4th at bat.
Hope he left his spikes at the plate.
Oh. I wouldn't have gotten cheated, I could tell you that much.
No. Fouled off, 1-1. Huey Novak Djokovic wins Wimbledon, beat Roger Federer this morning in 4 sets.
Those guys just play every time for the finals, it seems like.
It does seem that way, doesn't it? That's foul, also 1-2. That's a really good bunt. Wow.
That took some nerve.
Nick stayed with that, and I can't believe it ended up going foul. Good job, Nick Hundley. I thought he was going to wait so long that Wood wasn't going to have a play.
Now you're saying, oh, did I make a mistake? Please go foul. Don't stay on the line. No, I was right. Because when it starts on the grass, your natural reaction is to think it's going to stay on the grass. But Nick's hopping every which way until he can get it and see it totally in foul territory.
Yeah, plus you're thinking, listen, just get an out. We're up 3-0. There'll be 2 outs, runner on second, and 2 hopper to DJ. And Chad is safely through the 5th inning. Rockies leading 3-0. Good job by Nick Hundley. Great pitching by Chad Bettis. Ford F-150. It's not just a truck, it's the future of tough. By Southwest Airlines, book your low fare now at southwest.com. And by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. Tell you what's next. The top of the order for the Rockies in the 5th inning. Charlie Blackmon, DJ LeMahieu, Troy Tulowitzki. Third time through against the young left-hander Alex Wood out of the University of Georgia. Picnic area is hopping in center field.
You have the little play area in the background there for the kids.
It's near
the center field pre and post game set.
It's near Kavnar tonight. Isn't it?
Real close to it.
Yeah. How's that show doing, Kavnar, tonight?
I haven't seen it since it was previewed out in L.A.
Well, you and I haven't been invited to be a
No.
guest. I know that. Outside, ball one on Charlie. 2-run single with the bases loaded in the second.
They gave 38 RBIs from the leadoff spot. That leads the National League. Second in baseball, only trailing Brian Dozier,
who was named to the All-Star team yesterday as well.
We were talking about that on yesterday's broadcast, how we thought he should have been originally, and now he gets that opportunity. Clayton Kershaw was also named.
That's always, listen, you can go out and go, we'll take Kershaw, we're going to bring him also. Is that good?
Yeah, because Scherzer is starting today. So Max is still considered an all-star. He'll go.
And we'll be there, yeah.
And we'll be there. But since he's pitching today, they say, well, okay, we'll bring Kershaw.
This is toward the hole. This is a foot race, and it's thrown way behind Alex Wood by Kelly Johnson. And my guess is that'll be an infield hit for Blackmon. It's going to be real close anyhow.
Have some speed going down the line. You're hitting from the left side of the batter's box.
He's, you know what?
I think
he's going to beat him.
That was just a bad throw from a guy that doesn't have the experience of throwing from that angle at first base. Came up as a second baseman.
And it is a base hit officially now. So the Rockies have the leadoff man aboard in Charlie, and DJ LeMahieu trying to get some payback. I can't remember the last time DJ struck out twice in a game, especially the first 2 times up. So LeMahieu against Alex Wood here. So here's the revamped National League All-Star starters. You'll have Jock Peterson, Andrew McCutchen, and Bryce Harper in the outfield. Frazier, Peralta, DJ LeMahieu, Paul Goldschmidt, and Buster Posey. And this ball's down the right field line. This could be a problem for Markakis over in the corner. He makes the catch, and now Charlie's got to scramble back to first. Now Nick Markakis went almost 400 games, folks, without making an error. So made a couple of good plays in this series, and it shouldn't come as a surprise. Very, very good outfielder.
Well, you're going into the corner in unfamiliar territory. This isn't your home ballpark. But he didn't worry about that, kept the eye on the ball. Charlie's waiting to see what happens, and then just trots back to first base. But yeah, Nick Markakis out and right. He's got a .994 career fielding percentage.
Here's Tulo 0 for 2, strikeout and a towering fly ball to left. All right, that's 2. Hugh, you
yes,
go first.
I'm going.
Move.
You know
First
move,
I
am. First movement.
Shade inside, right?
Yeah, and if they pick you, so what? Take your first stride inside the baseline in case they do pick you up.
See, would have worked. Fly ball deep center field, but playable for Perez. And look, Charlie's tagging up on a Uri, safe at second base.
come to the top step to see what's going to happen while they called back to the clubhouse. Simmons called for it, but Charlie slid to the inside of the bag. Perez is pretty deep in center field. You know, an infielder slash outfielder. So, real good arm coming in. Now on the Subaru Supermo, this should give us a better idea of what's happening.
Good call by the second base umpire, Jeff Kellogg.
Watch the foot go in and where he slid.
He's on the bag.
He's on the bag, never came off.
Yep, great slide. And a real heady play. That's a Coors Field play for me, tagging off of first base, because there's places in the outfield where, man, you're going to have to make a 200-foot throw or so. Even more than that, 250-foot throw. Here's Nolan.
And also for Charlie, your mind changes what you're going to do. When that ball is first hit in the air, you're probably thinking, I'm not going to go back and tag. But then you see him drift back more and more. So that's when you'll go back to the bag. And by the time he catches it, you have to have already made your decision what you're going to do. You can't wait till he catches it and then say, oh, I'm going to go.
And some of that, wouldn't you agree, depends on the ballpark. I'll give you an example. Here's the 0-1 coming up to Nolan. Inside. You played for a while with the Cubs. I can't imagine when you were base runner ever tagging from first base at Wrigley.
Maybe the only place would be deep right field or deep left field when they go right into that corner where there's no room, but not in center field or the gaps.
But here you can do that.
So here's Charlie. So he goes back, ball's hit in the air. Right now he's thinking, okay, I can get back to the bag and go. And then slides in on the right side of the bag. 9 times out of 10 as a base runner or a base stealer, you're going to slide to the outside. At second base, you're going to slide towards the outfield. Third base, same thing. What do you do at home plate? You'll slide towards the outside to avoid tag. But here you slide to the inside because of where the shortstop was.
Three runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Rockies. No runs, just 2 hits for Atlanta. And that is inside. 2 balls and a strike on Nolan. A single and a line drive to deep left. Nolan's had good at bats against Alex Wood. 3-1.
I bet you they just put him on.
Yep, they're going to put him on because you got a left-handed bat in the on-deck circle. And, whoa, trying to catch Charlie napping. That's not going to happen, though. Cargo's on deck. You don't usually walk a guy to get the cargo, but they feel, all right, listen, better than 3-1 against Arenado.
Well, the guy is leading or tied for first in all of baseball with 69 RBIs.
Intentional pass to Nolan, and now 2 on with 2 outs for Cargo. Base hit in the second and a ground ball to second. Well, you'd like to hit a line drive somewhere. It doesn't matter though. This one, a high pop that landed at no man's land to win the game last night. As Drew Stubbs came flying down the line. You'll take it.
Cargo said, I'll take that bloop over a blast when it means you win.
That's right. One on Carlos Gonzalez. fair ball, and Kelly Johnson has an easy play. So the Rockies will leave 2 on in the 5th inning. We turn the page to inning number 6. Colorado 3 and the Braves nothing. Marriott, Western elegance in the cultural heart of the city. By Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. And by Tavern Downtown. Visit Tavern Downtown after Rockies home games. You get 2 for 1 draft beers with you a same-day ticket. Special Sunday afternoon in Colorado. Summer Sunday, and the slider's in there for a strike on Eury Perez. Inserted into the lineup for Cameron Maben, who fell ill about 25 minutes before the game. Pushes a bunt to Willeen, and he's safe at first base. It almost looked like Willeen was trying to hand the baseball off to Chad Bettis.
For the good play that he made on the double play, this was a play that if he had to do over, I'm sure he would. Because he's not going to beat Perez. Your best option would have been to flip to Chad to let him get there. Chad was breaking off the mound, and then it became, I can't get around you. But you have to communicate. You have to say, you know, flip me the ball or I've got it. So if you've got it, the pitcher's going to get out of the way.
Way outside on Nick Markakis. Two nothing on Markakis. Markakis will walk and a strikeout. Rockies have pitched well in this series. The Braves have only 7 hits in 40 at bats with runners on, but now it's a 3-0 count on Markakis. Refocus if you're Chad. He's been very good. He has struck out 7. 2 singles and a double. He has walked 3. But the pitch count's very good because he's had some short innings. 74th pitch upcoming.
Or if he has walked somebody, he's come right back to get the next guy out. Second walk today to Markakis, 4th total. You can slug your way to the Home Run Derby crown and master the free award-winning game that millions are playing. Download MLB.com Home Run Derby free on the App Store and Google Play. They're doing the you, home run derby different at the All-Star game this year.
And you know what? The new format, I haven't seen it yet, but I strongly approve, because it got really, really, let me throw one more really in there, long. This is a broken bat base hit, and it's going to bring, this was cut off. Hesitating for a moment was Yuri Perez, but he is going to score. So it's 3-1 on that base hit by Kelly Johnson.
33rd RBI by Kelly Johnson. 10 for his last 25 is Kelly. Belt high fastball. Jammed him. It wasn't hit hard. You could hear that different sound on the bat, but still strong enough to throw it out into right center field.
Well, here's the home run derby participants. Albert's back in, first time since 2009. He'll take on Chris Bryant, the young phenom from the Cubs. Jock Peterson, speaking of young phenoms, against Manny Machado. Todd Frazier will be the favorite, being in his hometown. Prince Fielder will go against him. Josh Donaldson and Chicago's Anthony Rizzo. Uribe hits it on the ground. Is it hit hard enough for 2? Safe at first. So it'll be first and third, 1 out. Now this is what we were alluding to. The rules have changed a little bit. Each batter will have 5 minutes to hit as many home runs as possible. It seemed like they had like 5 hours in years past.
And that's how long the home run derby took a few times, is 5 hours.
You'll get bonuses. 2 home runs of 420 plus feet. You get an extra minute. If you hit a home run 475 feet or more, you get an extra 30 seconds. Ties will be broken by a 90-second swing off. So you got to do some conditioning now also to get ready for the home run derby. AJ Pierzynski takes ball 1. 3-1 Rockies, first and third. Chad Bettis really in the first difficult situation of the ball game. You can still get out of it with a ground ball. Off the plate, 2-0.
For Pierzynski, he's only grounded into 6 double plays.
Well, this is interesting. This is the last day, folks, before the All-Star break. So it's this game. It's almost like a postseason game, warming up in the Rockies bullpen. Well, I'll get to it in a second. This is going to drop, and it's going to drive in another run. It's now 3-2. So Pierzynski with his 30th RBI. The Rockies have 4 lefties in their bullpen. Johan Flande, Boone Logan, Christian Friedrich, Rex Brothers. Chris Russin, though, is warming up because, again, he's not going to pitch until well after the All-Star break, so they can use him now, just like Kyle Kendrick's available today.
Right, so it's pretty much like all hands on deck, except for Jorge, who threw yesterday.
And it was announced that Jorge, and this is not a surprise, Jorge will start game 1 after the All-Star break at Petco on Friday, and Chad Bettis will start game 2. After that, the Rockies haven't made any announcements yet. Curveball for a strike on Johnny Gomes.
And the Bettis announcement didn't come until after the game had started. The only one that we had heard prior to the game was Jorge for sure on Friday in San Diego.
Inside on Gomes, it's 1-1. Johnny, a comebacker and a fly ball to center field. The Braves have quietly made this a 1-run game here in the 6th inning. This is in the air to deep right center field. Cargo moving back, can't get it. And it's a ground rule double. You know, looking at his reaction, because he's such a good outfielder and Uribe scores to tie it up. I don't know if he saw that off the bat.
Or he didn't think it was hit that hard off the bat. I don't know if he hurt himself too, because he was hopping around on his leg afterwards. So it's hit. He broke. He's going back, and then it looked like it changed direction on him.
Yeah,
just watching. Now I'm just watching because he had to reach back over the back of his head to try to make that catch.
He also, you're right, he kind of favored that right leg. You're going to walk Simmons to load the bases for Alex Wood.
How close did this come on the Subaru Supermo? Probably the width of a baseball.
That's a whole new ball game. It's 3-3. 4 hits and now 2 walks in the inning.
It all started with that bunt to first.
Alex Wood, a walk and a strikeout trying to bunt his way on. See how Freddie Gonzalez plays this. It's hot ball 1. Bettis was pretty much dominant for 5 innings. He allowed just 2 hits coming into this inning. He's allowed 4 here in the inning. That's a strike. The velocity not quite what it was the first 4 or 5 innings when he was pretty much sitting 94, 95.
Last pitch was 91. Maybe throw him a slider. Nope. There he goes with the 94.
Yeah. So that's the second out. It's almost as if Alex Wood was instructed not to swing.
Got the take sign for all 3 pitches.
8 strikeouts in the game for Bettis. And now the 9th man to hit in the inning, Jace Peterson. Peterson a strikeout, robbed of a hit on a little cue shot up the third base line by Nolan, and a ground ball to second.
I just had a shot. It should be sitting 0-1. I mean, that caught the bottom part of the strike zone. That was just a missed call from Corey Blazer.
Way inside, and it's 2-0 on a guy you just saw on that graphic who has swung it well with runners with the bases loaded this year. 8 for 12. Young player out of McNeese State.
20 RBIs in those hits.
Two and one. Right at Troy, and he'll run to the bag to end the inning. But the Braves have caught the Rockies. They get 3 in the 6th inning, and it's 3-3 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, the day after every Rockies victory, get 50% off your online order at Papa John's. Promo codes ROCKSWIN at papajohns.com. Willeen Rosario, Nick Hundley, Drew Stubbs against Alex Wood at the bottom of the 6th inning. The Rockies got their 3 runs in the 2nd, and the Braves got all 3 runs a few minutes ago against Chad Bettis, who was cruising into the 6th inning. You got to figure that after that inning, Walt will probably turn it over to the bullpen and see where it goes from there.
Well, Chad's also due up 4, so yeah, you hope you have to make that decision where you go to the bench to try to knock in a few extra runs. Just looking out the pen, Chris Russin is still out on the hill.
And that's a good start. Clean single up the middle by Willeen. For the Rockies, their 7th hit of the ball game against Alex Wood.
And you know you're going to go to your bench. You could play this. You could lay down a bunt, a sacrifice. You could hit and run. There's nobody warming up in the Braves bullpen, so my guess it'd be Brandon Barnes would be the pinch hitter.
Nick fouls off the first pitch. You know, this little run for the Rockies this weekend against the Braves, they're now over 500 against Atlanta at Coors Field, 41-40. It's one of those teams that had a lot of success coming into Coors Field. The Dodgers the same way.
Early on, though, the Braves were beating a lot of teams. I mean, who they were running out there on their pitching staff.
Yeah, true. Good point.
You had Smoltz, Maddox, Glavine, all those names.
1-1 on Hundley. 2-1 on Nick. This ball's ripped to left. Back-to-back singles. And it's 1st and 2nd. Nobody out with Drew Stubbs coming up. Second hit of the ball game for Hundley.
And both of these balls this inning have been hit hard. Willeen and now from Nick. I mean, just look at that transition from the weight as it goes to the front side. For Nick. Short, compact swing. Now he's up to 311. All right, where do you bunt this?
Ooh, I'm surprised Uribe fielded that ball that clearly was going to go foul with a very fast man running. Now he got him, but the sacrifice moves 2 runners to scoring position. I'm really surprised that Juan fielded this.
He's 45 feet away from home, maybe 50 feet away from home when this ball's laid down. And we've seen one that's already started. I mean, look at the spin on that ball. He catches it right on the line. And we saw that play where Nick let that one go that started on the grass and then trailed foul. I thought he was going to let that go, but maybe he was afraid that if he does, it stays fair. He wanted to take the out. I'm just looking at that and thinking, okay,
It'll be
Mac.
Mike McHenry pinch hitting.
McHenry 2 for 12 as a pinch hitter with an RBI.
David Carpenter throwing. He's already appeared twice in this series. Ball one. And it's 2-0. Charlie Blackmon on deck. With a victory, the Rockies get back to within 10 games of the 500 plateau. Braves 42 and 46 coming in. Here's the 2-0 on McHenry outside, 3-0. Have been tight and fairly low scoring by summer Coors Field standards. 5-3, 5-3, 3-2, all victories for Colorado. This is a 3-3 ball game here in the bottom of the 6th.
Most of the time in July, you're thinking, you know, it's going to be a 7-5, maybe a 9-8 affair.
You know, there's usually one softball score mixed in a 4-game series. 3-1. Krasinski, once it established that it was foul, made sure it stayed that way.
See what Atlanta does with their infielders with the 2 strikes on. They move their middle guys. The corners are playing, especially at first in. They look like they're going to charge. They'll just stay back.
And McHenry swings and misses, and that's out number 2. So it'll come down to Blackmon, who's 2 for 3. Facing Alex Wood.
Oh, it's just challenged him with the good old country hard fastball. Just blew it by Michael on the Subaru Supermo.
Jeff was talking about this earlier. Only Brian Dozier from the leadoff spot has driven in more runs than Charlie's 38. Blackmon 3 for 4 yesterday. 9 for 16 in the series. 12 for 25 on the homestand. So he's going to get a few days off and leave his job with a good feeling before
Some people
restarting the second half in San Diego.
Some people say, well, you still want that time off even though you're going well. Yeah, you're at that mark now where everybody is looking for that rest and that respite for 3 or 4 days.
And Charlie had the big 2-out, 2-run base hit in the second to expand the Rockies' lead from 1-0 to 3-0. See if he can do it again here. Second and third, 2 outs in the sixth in a 3-3 game, and now Alex Wood asks for AJ Przinsky to come out.
First 10,000 fans through the gates on Saturday, July 25th, will receive a Colorado Rockies t-shirt courtesy of Taco Bell. Remember that, the first 10,000 fans, Saturday, July 25th. The Cincinnati Reds make their appearance Coors Field.
He's got it all checked out now. 1 strike on Charlie. After with the fastball again. This guy whose fastball may only read 91, 92 occasionally, but it appears quicker.
Gets on you. I mentioned the herky-jerky motion. That disrupts your timing. And then also the way he drops the ball down behind him, throwing the high leg at you. Tough to pick up.
Is that the setup for the breaking ball?
Yes, it is. Unintentionally, though. He didn't mean to go up and in like that. But it does set it up. Just overthrew that fastball.
That's a base hit to right. 1 run is scored. Here comes Huntley. He'll score. Charlie Blackmon coming through yet again. And the Rockies lead it 5-3. How about a 4 RBI day for Chuck Nasty?
And what do those 4 RBIs have in common? They've come with 2 outs. That is so huge. He gets a slider, as you said, Drew. Was it set up for a slider? Yeah, it was, but Charlie stayed on it. Alex Wood's not happy with the location, but if a pitcher makes a mistake, that's how you make it pay. And to get that momentum back in your dugout again, give Chad Bettis a chance for a W. And so many good things just happened with that swing.
40 ribbies for Blackmon. And LeMahieu takes a strike.
And Charlie in his own right could be an all-star with the numbers that he's put up.
Absolutely. He had a 4 RBI day less than a month ago against the Brewers here. Boy, that's a large at bat. Charlie's hit 21 of his last 25 games, batting over 350 in that time frame. Back-to-back 3-hit ball games here on the weekend. And that's a base hit. And Charlie's going to cut the bag at second and head to third.
I think that's going to do it for Alex with that base hit to right.
Yeah, I don't think Freddie wants him to face Tulowitzki.
It was only a matter of time for DJ. Struck out his first 2 at-bats, fly ball to right. Now he's gauging him. Change up. Out of the hand of Alex Wood. Charlie cut the bag, going first to third. Yes, indeed. That's it for Mr. Wood as they go to the bullpen. Bring in Carpenter.
Gotta love those 2-out RBI hits. 5-3 Rockies. RM Data Strong Fan, and you might find yourself in an upcoming game broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile. So the Rockies get a 2-run, 2-out single from Charlie Blackmon, and then DJ LeMahieu followed with a base hit. So it's first and third with 2 outs, and David Carpenter will face Troy Tulowitzki, who has reached in 37 straight games, but he's 0 for 3 this afternoon.
David Carpenter appeared in the first 2 games of this series, did not appear yesterday. 2 innings, gave up a couple hits, 2 strikeouts.
Again at third, Charlie Blackmon, 4 RBI day. DJ's at first. Ball 1.
This will be Troy's first look at Carpenter. Doesn't throw hard. Kind of a rarity now coming out of the bullpen. At 89, 90 miles an hour on the fastball, and then a slider to back it up. Most guys now, if you're not throwing it at least mid-90s, you don't get that chance.
They call you a soft tosser.
Even as a right-hander.
Here's the 1-0 to Troy. 2-0. Tulo's 21-game hitting streak, which died yesterday. One of 7 streaks in Rockies' history of 20 or more games. Is tied for the 5th longest with Larry Walker in 99. It is the longest in the big leagues this year. He had 354 during that stretch. Two and 0. Three and 1. Nolan's on deck. Fly ball, deep left field. Gomes going back, still going back. See you later. 3-run home run, Troy Tulowitzki. That's a nice way to head to the All-Star game. And with 2 outs, the Rockies have blown it wide open here in the 6th.
With 1 swing, get you to 10 home runs and 49 RBIs.
Very patient at bat by Troy.
It really was, because there wasn't a pitch that he thought he could do this with the first 4 he saw. Until that 5th one. He said, oh, I've got him measured now.
8-3 Rockies. Strike on Nolan.
7 of those runs will be charged to Alex Wood.
He goes 5 2/3, 7 runs, 10 hits.
Troy on the Subaru Supermo. Tried to throw him a slider. That's a backup slider. See how the hips have already cleared out of there once the hands come through? And just watch the flight of the ball. I'll make it a nice plane ride tonight when those guys are flying to Cincinnati.
Absolutely. Nolan's 1 for 2 and an intentional walk so far. DJ just singled and scored. Tulo's now reached, by the way, in 38 straight. Arenado goes down to end the inning, but the Rockies score 5 times, all with 2 outs. And it is no longer tied at 3. It is 8-3 Rockies.
Big home run, fellow All-Star DJ LeMahieu now going to start at second base, and had a chance to ask DJ before today what he thought about that. He's low-key as usual.
Came in and announced Tulo was going to be in the All-Star game, and a couple minutes later said I have a good chance of starting, and then found out I was going to start. So, you know, it's pretty cool. Obviously, feel bad for D. Gordon. He obviously earned that spot. But, you know, it's cool.
Drew, Jeff, it's pretty cool. It's cool for DJ. I talked to his wife, Jordan, today. She's here at the game. And his birthday is tomorrow. He's turning 27. I said, what are you going to get him as a gift? She said, I have a little suitcase packed, ready to go. But she went to Nordstrom's anniversary sale and bought a bunch of clothes. And usually, apparently, DJ is a picky dresser. He doesn't like anything that she gets, but he liked everything that she got. So he's ready to go to Cincinnati after the game to start the All-Star game, and she's ready to go with him too. So, and happy birthday to DJ.
He opened his presents early.
I didn't. She wouldn't tell me anything. I begged her to give me something. She's like, I can't. It's got to be a surprise.
This is a flare to right and a base hit off the bat of Yuri Perez. Well, happy birthday, DJ. He can't have a better present than starting in the All-Star game, I'm sure.
I guess it's okay. Yeah, it's nice.
He is low key.
That's DJ.
Third hit for Perez. Chris Russin, you probably noticed, is now on the hill for the Rockies.
You're saying, wait, he
and Brandon Barnes takes over and right. Remember Cargon?
Yes.
He was in the on-deck circle last inning, but remember it looked like he favored his right leg a little bit.
Jammed his knee. Who knows? Get him off his feet for the last couple innings. You have the 5-run lead. But you say, wait, Chris Russin, why? He's a starter. Well, the Rockies, including this appearance by Chris, have used 21 pitchers in this series. Now, if you guys have gone multiple times, but because of the rain and the injuries and all of this other thing, 21 pitchers in a 4-game set. Woo.
That's a lot. Nick Markakis takes another strike. It's 0-2. So the 10 appearances for Russ, and 8 has been as a starter.
He threw 95 pitches on Wednesday. This is a good chance for him to get some work in more than just a bullpen session.
This is hit toward Troy. He's got to wait. Good shovel. And safe at first base. Remember that feeling? Get here, get here, get here.
Hurry up. Let the ball. Hurry, get here, ball, so I turn the double play.
1 out. Kelly Johnson coming up. Hey, everybody gets tacos. Fans, the Rockies have hit the magic number of 7. In fact, they have 8. So don't forget to go to your participating Taco Bell locations tomorrow between 4 and 6 to get your Rockies taco special. Liv Moss at Taco Bell.
Yeah, once that ball got over the head of Russin, you know, all Troy could do was stay back on it. Don't charge too hard, and then just at least get the lead runner.
1 out in the 7th. Rockies up 8-3. Kelly Johnson takes a strike. Well, another big crowd today. 37,047. About 156,255 have attended this 4-game series. Woo. That's a strike.
Also movie night after the ball game today.
The rookie.
The rookie. Dennis Quaid.
Off the plate. A strikeout of Kelly Johnson for the 2nd out. That'll bring up Uribe. Juan's 0 for 3, reached on a fielder's choice last inning and would score. With every challenge call, the Subaru Eyesight Review will determine the outcome. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru. Foul off one of the windows on a suite down the right field line.
So nobody was walking out during that time. Spill the popcorn.
Yeah. And now ripped the other way. Juan spraying baseballs in every direction. See what happens. This gentleman's going to see himself in a second. Watch. All right, the ball's pulled foul. He's watching, enjoying the ball game. All righty. There. Let's see how long before reaction.
1. Doesn't matter. Get out of this inning.
Chris Russin with a solid inning. Gave up a leadoff single.
He sees it now.
There you are, sir. Wave. Yep. That turn around. I guess he assumes that's his best side. Great. Enjoy this rendition of God Bless America on a beautiful Sunday afternoon at Coors Field.
The Colorado Rockies are proud to host and honor those who sacrifice on behalf of us all. With us on the field today is personnel specialist 2nd class Joseph Berry. Petty Officer Berry joined the Navy in 2007 and was assigned to the USS Peleliu and was involved in humanitarian operations in the country of Pakistan, providing medical and food rations during flood relief efforts. Petty Officer Berry has been recognized for superior performance on numerous occasions, earning 2 Navy Achievement Medals while deployed to Afghanistan and the Horn of Africa. Joining him on the field today are his wife Eileen and daughter Sophia. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a hero's welcome to Personnel Specialist Second Class Joseph Berry and all of our nation's brave servicemen and women and their families. We thank you for your sacrifice and service to our great nation. Fans, please rise as we honor our great country with the performance of God Bless America. Performing God Bless America today, representing the United States Air Force Academy Band, is Technical Sergeant Chris Hamill. Please welcome Technical Sergeant Hamill and join him by singing along to God Bless America.
Had a day. He's 3 for 4 with 4 ribbies, all 4 RBIs with 2 outs. And the last 2 broke up a 3-3 tie. Made it 5-3. Nick Hundley's had a day also. Double hits for Nick. And then Troy Tulowitzki trying to put everything out of reach with a 3-run home run. And according to ESPN, that home run was just over 400 feet, about 409. This ball's ripped foul by Brandon Barnes. Again, came into the ballgame for Cargo. That with that home run by Tulo, there's been over 1 million feet this year of home runs in Major League Baseball.
1 million feet.
Over 1 million feet.
How many of those did Giancarlo Stanton have?
He had 786,412 of those 1 million. This ball's hammered to center field and deep, and it's over Perez's head. And Brandon Barnes is going to have a leadoff double here in the 7th inning. Barnsley not in the starting lineup, and got a nice way for him to go into the All-Star break, squaring one up.
Perez playing pretty shallow. I mean, for a guy that look where he is right there. It's not very deep, and then he gets all kinds of turned around. And for a guy that's more of an infielder, maybe a corner guy, he just got caught not in the position that you need to be in here at Coors Field. But in any event, Brandon will take it for sure. Come into the game as a defense last half inning, hit a double this half.
And Willeen takes a strike. Willeen's 1 for 3. Carpenter's 0-1 is bounced toward the hole, deep short. Simmons with the strong arm will get Willeen. Brandon Barnes had to stay put. Barnes, by the way, doubling 3 straight ball games.
280.
Well,
Another nice way to go into the break.
Yeah, you may be wondering what do guys do on the break, and it depends where home is. I think for Brandon, his wife, and his 2 little girls, they'll go back to Orange County in California, can spend some time at home for a few days. Other folks that maybe live further away head to the mountains. Some it's just, hey, stay put, R&R, not do anything.
Staycation.
Yeah.
I think you made a wonderful point, Drew. It depends on where you live. If you live back east, it's kind of hard to go all the way back there, and then you're going to open up in San Diego after the break.
Yeah, and one of the keys, and Huey, you lived this for many years playing in the big leagues. One of the keys is where you're going after the break, as you alluded to, and also can you get out Sunday night? Because if it turns into where you're leaving Monday, a lot of guys feel like, well, I'm already losing one of the days as a travel day, and it somewhat defeats the purpose.
Yeah, and you don't want to take a red eye to get there the next day. You want to be able to relax and enjoy it.
That's why that extra day guaranteed for every team, where baseball does not resume to Friday for everybody. That's huge.
And that's where you used to look at the schedule when that came out and said, that would determine maybe if you did something over the All-Star break. Because if you played on that Thursday, really you were leaving on Wednesday then. Because you didn't want to take a chance of flying in the day of the game, travel, whatever, and you get stuck and you're not able to make it. Woo.
Yeah, I mean, if you had that Thursday game, your plans to slip on over to Paris are out.
Yeah, he just can't do that. He just didn't have time to get the jet fueled up and get it over there and back in time.
No.
A couple times when I was back east, when I was with the Orioles, we'd just go over to the Jersey Shore, over to hang out there, and that was nice.
3-2. Yeah, some options depending on what city you're in.
But here, you go to the mountains.
Go to the mountains, and a lot of guys do. Carpenter on a slider strikes out Nick Hundley, 2 outs. And that'll bring up Drew Stubbs. Drew's had a nice ball game, a walk, a triple, and a sac bunt. Productive day at the yard for Drew. Second year in a Rockies uniform for the Atlanta, Texas native. East Texas. Played his college baseball in Austin at UT. Still makes his home there. We always talk about a lot of guys come back to Colorado, athletes in all sports, and some that never even played at Denver make their home in the offseason in this area because we all know how beautiful it is. Typically, how good the weather is, despite maybe what the rest of the nation thinks. But a lot of guys also, Austin is a popular place for a lot of athletes to live.
Austin's a good town.
Austin's a great town.
Nice weather. You got other players that go down there that you can train with. You have the facilities. You can practice outdoors.
Though he doesn't any longer. Matt and Leslie Holiday and their family used to live in the off season in Austin and Houston Street. Of course, he went to school there, grew up there. He still lives in Austin. We just saw Houston a few days ago. One and two on Drew with Barnes at second, a leadoff double. Rockies up 8-3, bottom of 7. Oh boy, this ball clouded deep left center field. Way back and gone. Drew Stubbs, a towering 2-run home run. And the Rockies have hit double digits. Boy, nice way for Drew. Yeah, nice way for Drew to close out what has been a tough first half.
Yeah, it really is. A couple hits today. Triple and now a home run, 2 RBIs. Yeah, break out the smile. Slider. You know, it sounded good. It was hit high. I'm thinking, does it have enough to get over the wall? It sure did.
He almost hit it as high as he hit it far.
Right.
10-3 Rockies. Chris Russin, who likes to swing the bat, getting an opportunity here.
And with that home run, he was immediately put back up to hit because Ben Paulson had been standing in the on-deck circle. Guys talking about hitting. That never goes away. So I waited, and I saw it. It was a slider. And then I started my swing.
Well, you always feel good when a guy who struggles is able to come out of it, especially a guy like Drew, who's such a hard-working guy, such a good guy, and has had a lot of success in his career. He is a guy, as everybody knows, throughout his career, he has struck out, but he was doing it at an inordinate rate in the first half. And to his credit, he did not have to take the assignment down to AAA.
No, he had over 5 years of Major League service time, so he could have refused the assignment.
But he said, no, I want to get right. And he went down there and worked with Dave Hadjick, Glenn Allen Hill, and obviously he's a lot better since he's come back. And that ball is going to eat up Kelly Johnson. Chris Russin will reach. Top spin 2-hopper.
Still think it'll go down as an air.
Our Jimmy John's delivery of the game. Charlie Blackmon. 2-run single early in the game with 2 outs to give the Rockies a 3-0 lead. And then he came to bat in a 3-3 game with 2 outs. Behind in the count, he rips a slider to right center to drive in 2. And now it seems like a long time ago that it was a 3-3 game. The Rockies are up 7 as Charlie comes up here in the 7th. You know things are going well when you hit the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th.
You know what? They scored that a base hit.
Well, Chris, take it.
That's right. 4th hit of the season for Chris. 4 for 18.
He can swing the bat a little bit. Two strikes. Carpenter ahead of Blackmon.
Well, Charlie's at the plate. The first 10,000 fans through the gates on Friday, July 24th, will receive a Charlie Blackmon bobblehead courtesy of 850 KOA Rockies Radio and Country Financial.
1-2 on Charlie Blackmon. Charlie wastes that. 10 runs, 14 hits for the Rockies. 3 runs, 7 hits. And we failed to mention, you know, the Rockies got caught in the 6th inning. The only tough inning for Chad Bettis today. And in the bottom of the 6th, the Rockies take the lead. So Chad, who didn't pitch in the 7th inning, is the pitcher of record. Chad, great position now to get his 5th victory of the year. Left center field, Gomes will make the catch to end the inning. Drew Stubbs with a towering 2-run home run, and the Rockies lead it 10-3. Today's game summary brought to you by Comcast. Charlie Blackmon 3 for 5, 4 2-out ribbies. Troy Tulowitzki a 3-run bomb. Drew Stubbs a 2-run home run. And the Rockies now 6 outs away from a 4-game sweep of the Atlanta Braves. Drew Goodman along with Jeff Hewson and Mark Stout. And this is a high fly ball to pretty deep center field. Charlie's got it. Brzezinski's retired.
If they do sweep the Braves, that'd be the first time that's happened to them since Cincinnati did it in 2012.
My man Sam's filling in for Dougie this weekend, and Sam just handed us a note that the last time you mentioned was Arizona. If the Rockies hold on to this significant lead, it'll be just their 6th 4-game sweep of a series for the Rockies since 2010. Again, they don't happen that often.
So hard to do at this level. Sweep a team 4 games.
And listen, Atlanta came in playing really good baseball. They came in a game under 500. They had just won 2 of 3 in Milwaukee, and Rockies 5-3, 5-3, 3-2, and today the 10th spot up on the board. 2-1 the count on Gomes. Johnny an RBI double in the 6th inning. Ground rule double. Rockies have been really hitting the baseball. They have 10 or more hits in 7 of their last 8 games. That's a good looking pitch, but I guess he was inside. Ball 4. Hey, you know who that is? That's Raimel Tapia chasing down a fly ball in the All-Star Futures game. Saw he had an infield hit, would come around and score the first run of the Futures game. That's a kid who's got all the tools, and he's also known as one of the best bad ball hitters in the Rockies organization.
Like
when
Vlad
guys,
Guerrero?
Yeah, when guys say that, it's a complimentary thing. It's kind of like Corey Dickerson. Corey Dickerson's a bad ball hitter. He can hit pitches that are way out of the strike zone. We've seen him golf balls for base hits.
Well, the guy you got the base hit off of today for Tapia, I mean, it's almost a carbon copy. You know, if some other big leaguers you see, Aroldis Chapman. I mean, the guy that was throwing, he looked just like Chapman. Same hard fastball. Yeah. And then he scored on the base. There's a base hit to right field, and you could see his wheels coming around and scoring. Well, what exposure for Tapia and Trevor Story.
Yep. Trevor Story gets to brag, though, because Trevor's team, the U.S. team, won 10-1 over the world team. Andrelton Simmons is at first after the base hit. And this is the pinch hitter, Siriaco. Pedro Siriaco started yesterday. Had a good ball game. Had 3 hits yesterday. You know what? Did I give him an extra 2 hits? Who did I mix that up with? Siriaco had 1 hit yesterday.
1 hit, yeah. Juan had 2 hits. I mean, any hitter will take an extra 2 hits during the game, but he was just 1 for 5.
I don't know where I got that from, but you know what? I'm sorry, Pedro, and you don't get those 2 hits.
You don't, and you don't get it added to your average.
No. But when it comes to contract negotiations, if you want to say, hey, that Rockies announcer gave me a 3-hit day on Saturday in Denver, please utilize it.
Well, the way numbers are now, I think they'd catch that mistake.
Think they catch that?
Yes.
Chris Rossin with a 1-2 pitch. Adorning the media guide for the Atlanta Braves this year, not a current player, but John Smoltz, now broadcaster, but John on the cover because he's going into the Hall of Fame shortly.
Bonus question, who has he traded for?
Doyle Alexander.
Oh, nice. Got it. That was one of those ones they're trying to rent a player for 3 months.
And Smoltz is from Michigan, too.
Yes. Tiger said, okay, we'll give him up. But I think Doyle then ended up winning 10 or 11 games for the Tigers after the trade.
Yeah, but that's one of those
well,
infamous trades now.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the risk you take when you make a trade. For now, giving up a prospect for later.
2-2. And Siriaco lifts this to shallow left. Drew Stubbs got a read on it. How about this threesome? Can you win some games with these 3 guys in your rotation? Well, I guess the answer is yes. The Braves won a whole lot of games. 14 straight division titles. And a large part of that period of time, it was anchored, those teams anchored by Maddox, Glavine, and Smoltz. Those are the records with Atlanta, because you know Maddox 300-game winner, Glavine 300-game winner.
Smoltz gloves.
Smoltz, you know, he could do whatever was necessary. He could save games. This ball blooped down the third base line, foul.
He's like Dennis Eckersley.
He was a whole lot like Dennis Eckersley. Yep.
Win a lot of games as a starter, and then close games.
And all those guys, you know what's interesting about that, Huey? You competed against those guys. All those guys weren't just really good pitchers. They were great athletes. Tom Glavine was drafted in the NHL as a goalie. John Smoltz is a fabulous athlete.
Maddox, well, how many Gold Gloves did he win?
Like 16, something absurd. So they weren't just, you know, the guy that had the ability to pitch and honed that craft.
Well, they compete on the golf course.
And they were all great golfers. Wherever they went, they always played the finest golf courses in town. And all of them, I believe, were either low single digit or scratcher. In the case of Smoltz, he was on the plus side, and he is very close friends with Tiger Woods, and they would compete all the time. And Tiger would have to give
him a few strokes.
Give him a couple. They're talking about, you know, Tiger Woods, but John Smoltz, I think, was like a +2.
Speaking from experience, it wasn't a picnic when you knew you were going to face those three guys. It was just, oh, please just let me get one hit in the series so I don't go over.
Well, that's why earlier we said, you know, the Rockies lost their first 16 games when they were a new franchise to the Atlanta Braves. So this is a 4-game series, but you know, let's go back. Say you're taking on the Braves in a 4-game series back in '94, and you got Smoltz, Maddox, and Glavine and Steve Avery coming at you. Good luck.
That's what I'm saying. It's 4, and the other guy, you're just so worn out from the other 4, he gets you out.
Nice job by Nick. Out as Willeen stayed on the bag, and I saw Freddie Gonzalez immediately come out and put up the stop sign. He wants his video guy to take a look at that to see if Rosario was off the bag. You understand why Freddie's going to do that. We'll run a replay here. Mark Ripperger is pretty emphatic with his call that Willeen stayed on the bag.
This will give us a good look on the Subaru Supermo. Yes, it was the side of the bag. The side of the foot on the bag, excuse me.
Ball and glove.
Yeah, but it goes back and reaches right there.
And he reached back and got it, yes. And there will not be a challenge, so we'll go to break. We're in the middle of the 8th inning. The Rockies on top of the Braves 10-3, looking for the 4-game sweep. This is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. By Mike Shaw Subaru, always our lowest price in sales and service guaranteed. And by StubHub, Rockies fans, next time you need great seats, get the StubHub without the surprise fees. Well, it's been gorgeous all the way around at Coors Field and other scenic ports around Denver. The Rockies on the scoreboard leading the Braves by 7 runs as they come to bat in the bottom of the 7th inning. Drew Goodman, Jeff Houston, Mark Stout, DJ LeMahieu to face Jake Brigham. Jake came in the other night after the long rain delay in long haul relief.
Gave the Braves 4 innings, gave up 10 hits in that ball game. Freddie Gonzalez after the game said he was pretty happy with that, even though it was a lot of runs and a lot of hits, because that bullpen, what he was able to do. Get through there.
Yeah, DJ's got himself another hit. So he's going to go to the All-Star game hitting in the 311, 312 area.
311.
Is it 311? Did that computation quickly, or you cheated? You cheated
I'm
and
not
looked
going
at
to tell you how
you looked at the scoreboard.
I'm not going to tell you how I came up with the number. Just know it's 311. Guys can compute their average as they're running down the line. You didn't know that, did you?
I knew that at younger levels that was possible. I'm now 10 for 20. But when it's like, hold on a second, I'm 138 for 465. What is that again?
311.
Well, this is Daniel Descalso getting Troy off his feet early. So Descalso pinch hitting for Tulowitzki. Troy, 3-run home run in the 6th inning. That was the big blow because Atlanta had caught the Rockies in the top of the 6th to make it 3-3. And then the 2-out single to drive in a pair of runs by Charlie Blackmon. Then DJ had a hit. So there were 2 on, and Troy went deep. All of a sudden, the Rockies were up 5. They added 2 more on the 2-run home run last inning by Drew Stubbs. David Carpenter goes an inning and a third, gives up 3 runs on 4 hits. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 1. The big issue for David is 2 of the 4 hits he gave up left the building. 10 runs, 15 hits for the Rockies. And how about 16 hits? Let's pay a visit to Mark Stout. Mark, I didn't even catch. What jersey are you wearing today?
You know what? I got a Morneau jersey today, and I didn't even know, but congratulations to the Morneaus. They welcomed a baby girl to the world at 5 a.m. today. Estelle, how about that? They're up in Minnesota.
Absolutely. Congratulations.
Rockies Weekly today after the game. Nolan's coming up. We're going to talk about the All-Stars. LaTroy Hawkins sits down with George Frazier, and we're going to tell you about the Yard Goats. Yes, the AA affiliate, the new name, everything going on there with Spilly. He's got that for you. It's Rockies Weekly right after the game. Jersey Mark has worked this week, hasn't it?
Jersey Mark.
That's what Jenny's been calling me.
Listen, Jersey Mark, you're from New Jersey.
Yeah, right.
You're wearing the jerseys. We get it. Now, Jersey Mark is going to have to continue now because you know the superstitions in baseball, and Jersey Mark is 4-0.
But Jersey Mark could be broke.
Jersey
Mark,
Mark,
more jerseys.
Jersey Mark may have to see the boss about getting a stipend to pay for these jerseys.
Just expensive, Mark. Put it on your expense report. All's good.
So the Morneau's working, right? I missed the guy, too.
And the LeMahieu's working, too.
Yeah.
That one worked well.
Had the Fort McHenry yesterday for Military Appreciation Day. Couldn't beat that.
No, that was good.
I'll give it some thought for the next homestand.
Yeah. Well, you may have to go makeshift jerseys at some point. I mean, put on like the Cavnar jersey, and if that that throws out a win, that counts, right?
You got a couple of maybe I can throw on, right?
I have some fantasy camp jerseys you can wear if you want. This ball to center field. This is going to drop for Nolan, and LeMahieu coming home. Here's the throw, safe at the plate. Don't get hurt, DJ.
I was thinking the same thing.
And that is 70 RBIs for Nolan Arenado. 70 in the first half.
Vinny had 71 back in 2004 in the first half. I think that's why Stu sent DJ in a 10-3 game, just to get him this RBI.
I think you're right.
He's running, not sure where it's going. But then you're just concerned at this slide at home with the leg dropping down onto an ankle.
Second at bat for Brandon Barnes. This is pulled to short, and they're going to turn it over. So they're 2 outs. Descalso at third. And here comes the baby bull in an 11-3 game.
RBIs.
Man, that is a boatload. Listen, if you hear of a guy who hits, knocks in, I'll just do it this way. Nolan has a couple hits and 4 at-bats today and an intentional walk. So Nolan, I'll do the computation very quickly. He's hitting .293.
Nice.
Thank you. 24 home runs, 70 RBIs. If I said to you, hey, that in 2015 I hit .293 at 24 and 70, what would you say?
Good for you. How much more did you make the next year?
Yeah, great season, man. That's awesome. No, that's what I did in the first half.
You're talking about 35 home runs.
Shoot,
maybe.
I mean, he's on pace again. Things change, but he's on pace to hit over 40.
Well over 100 RBIs.
And Rosario swings and misses at that offering from Jake Brigham. Another run for the Rockies, and now we'll go to the 9th. 11-3 Colorado.
And the assistant trainer Scott Garrett later to Cincinnati for the All-Star game. Pretty cool there. Jetty Kavnar with Jason Hirsch. Ryan Spilborgs will also join us, and coming up on the Toyota post-game show, we're going to stick with the baseball movie theme because The Rookie is playing tonight right here at Coors Field.
Right, the first movie we're going to stick with is The Natural. Troy Tulowitzki, a.k.a. Roy Hobbs, with a back-breaking 3-run home run to give the Rockies the lead. And
he's in a league of his own now. We're talking about Charlie Blackmon, leadoff hitter. He has 40 RBI now as a leadoff hitter, and of course the Nolan Arenado also in a class of his own, it seems like.
Yeah. And the last one, the last one, the pride of Colorado, not the Yankees, of Colorado, a 4-game sweep of the Atlanta Braves for the first time in franchise history. In franchise history, that's pretty cool, especially when you're talking about your old NL West rival, well, at least for that 93 season. Guys, we'll send it back to you. Hopefully the Rockies complete this, and we'll be talking about that big sweep coming up on the Toyota postgame show.
Jenny, Mark's trying to save some money. Do you have a jersey he can wear to keep Jersey Mark going in the street?
I'm going to collect a few jerseys from my good friends. Their name are Jason Hirsch, Corey Sullivan, Ryan Spilborgs. Maybe there's some free jerseys Mark can start wearing.
I think you're right. I think we're going to have to, we're all going to have
Jeff
to chip
Houston,
in.
do you have, can you dust off a few?
I have to get him out of mothballs.
Yeah, get him out of those cases down in the basement. Come on.
Listen, he's going to break out an Expo jersey
for
Jersey Mark.
I like that one.
How
Good
sweet!
choice.
Yeah, how sweet would
powder
that be?
blue one.
Love it. All right, we go to the 9th inning, and a good place for Rex Brothers to pitch right now in his return. He threw yesterday, and obviously he struggled with command, threw a lot of pitches out of the zone. Walt had to go get him. It was a tight ball game. and this is maybe a much more comfortable situation, looking for 3 outs, a big lead.
And yesterday, it was kind of an emotional day for Rex, getting back to the big leagues after he'd spent the year down, or the half a year down in the minor leagues. Got a 4 a.m. wake-up call to catch a flight, get up here, traffic, walked in the locker room about 12:30, 1 o'clock before a 2 o'clock game. A lot going on.
Sure. And he's ahead 1-2 on a Yuri Perez. Cameron Maben, who was a late scratch from the lineup because he didn't feel well, is going to pinch hit for Nick Markakis next. That's outside, 2-2. Left field, and Drew Stubbs with the closing speed. Hey, time for the CenturyLink link to what's next. Here's the beginning of the second half of the season. The Rockies again will open in San Diego with a 3-game set, and then it's right back home. The Rangers are in for 3. That'll be fun. A day off Thursday, and then the Reds come in. Then the Rockies will go to Chicago for a 3-game set and a 4-game series in St. Louis. 1 out in the 9th inning. Rockies ahead 11-3, and Cameron Maben is at the plate. Rex's first pitch outside. Remember yesterday I told you that Cameron went to the same high school, not at the same time obviously, as Darren Holmes, T.C. Roberson High School in Asheville. What I didn't know, and there's Holmesy with his family visiting with Cameron, because he's very close with Maben. He started working with him when Cameron was in 8th grade, and then Darren was coaching at T.C. Roberson High School. Cameron was playing for Darren, and I said, okay, he must have done everything. He goes, oh yeah, he was our closer. I said, well, what was he on the mound? He goes, about 93.
Yeah, no wonder he's closing in high school.
Yeah. And so he's really excited for Cameron's success this year, and they got a chance to visit for a while early today, and that pitch misses, so it's a 4-pitch walk to Maben. And that'll bring up Kelly Johnson. Well, the mind is sometimes your most difficult obstacle in athletics, particularly in baseball.
Just gets in there, and sometimes you just have to make sure that you continue to reinforce a positive thought, even if you have to say it out loud to yourself. I'm a good pitcher. I got a strong arm. I can throw it hard.
1 ball, 1 strike.
You know, I know I've used that trick sometimes out at shortstop. If you boot a ball, you make an error. You say to yourself, okay, that was it. Forget it. Don't let those negative thoughts creep in.
Swung on and missed. Oh, you're going to chuckle at this one because we've told this story many times off the air and maybe on the air. One of the all-time greats, Ricky Henderson, who used to refer to himself in the third person, had a very famous strikeout at the plate. Famous because the catcher at the time recalled that, you know, Ricky would talk to himself, and he went to the plate and said, you know, Ricky, you're the best. And the first pitch was in there for a strike. He goes, you didn't like that one, Ricky. Second pitch swung on and missed. He goes, ooh, you're on it, Ricky. And the third pitch was just outside. The fourth pitch, he swung on and missed again. He walked off and he said, Ricky, you're still the best.
But that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
You're still the best. And Rex came back after walking Maben on 4 pitches, comes back in 5 pitches and strikes out Kelly Johnson.
Absolutely. There's the power of reminding yourself, you know what, I'm pretty good. Dismissed that walk. Got him on his hard slider. 2 gone in the 9th inning. Juan Uribe at the plate. Juan's 0 for 4. Fastball at 95. So the arm is feeling really good for Rex. And if you think back, you know, when he had that dominant year, Huey, a couple years ago, and was closing some, he was never a guy with pinpoint control. There would be walks that he had to work around.
There would be, but he also had an ERA that year under 2. I mean, one of the most dominant left-handers in the game. And get through this inning, and some happy thoughts for the All-Star break.
Yep. Very popular with his teammates, the way he conducts himself. Humble approach, and on the days that things didn't go well, he'd always answer every question. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, fouled off again.
That's something he learned from his good buddy Matt Belisle.
Yeah.
Never ducked the media. Always answered every question, even when it was painful for you to stand there. But that's what a pro does.
Yeah, some big-time pros in that bullpen through the years. You got LaTroy now, and a reminder again, to, as Huey mentioned yesterday, catch that piece in the Denver Post.
Yes.
Combination piece by Benjamin Hockman and Nick Grove. And I know people that gotten to know LaTroy a little bit have always sung his praises. You'll come away from that piece and you'll understand why he is so universally respected in the game and outside the game. 0-2 again on Uribe. Did he go? No.
Nope.
And a ground ball to short. Descalso will go across the infield. Ball game. What a finish to the first half for the Rockies. It was a rough first half, but the Rockies finished strong, winning 4 in a row against Atlanta. A sweep of the Braves in a 4-game set for the first time ever. And they have won 6 consecutive against the Braves going back to last year. They were dominant today, winning 11-3 behind 17 hits. Chad Bettis gets the victory, his 5th of the year. And the loss goes to Alex Wood. Rockies win it 11-3. Everybody enjoyed the All-Star game in Cincinnati. 3 Rockies on display. And we'll pick up again Friday in San Diego. But time now to get you to our post-game set. And Jenny Kavnar and the gang. Jenny, all yours.
All right, Drew, thanks so much. Looking forward to the Toyota post-game show as we finish out the first half of the year. The Rockies sweep the Braves. They do it by hitting .382 over the last 4 games.
Right?
Sweep it is.
Oh, that's a good one, too. I like it. We'll get you inside the clubhouse coming up next. Rockies win 11-3.